Buongiorno, vi parlo dall'Italia. Sono Sonia Beretta, coordino il team che progetta, organizza e gestisce viaggi educativi in Italia per studenti americani che studiano italiano o che vorrebbero studiare italiano. Mi trovo a Monza, nella sede dello studio Arcobaleno, dove sono stati anche realizzati Ciao It e Super Ciao It, i nostri libri diffusi negli Stati Uniti per l'insegnamento della lingua e della cultura italiana, impostati secondo i National Standards americani.
Dammi tre parole, sole, cuore, amore, dammi un bacio che non fa parlare, è l'amore che ti vuole prendere o lasciare, stavolta non fa. Oh, respiriamo l'aria e viviamo aspettando primavera, dai dai dai, e siamo come fiori prima di vedere il sole a primavera, dai dai dai, ci sentiamo prima.
Tu sei negli anni più veri, tu sei chi non c'è più, i miei ritorni a casa per la vita da bambino.
Sei nell'anima e lì ti lascio per sempre, sospeso immobile, fermo immagine, un segno che non passa mai.
Liberi, liberi siamo noi, però liberi da che cosa? Chissà cos'è, chissà cos'è.
Our experience with Sonia and Myrtilli was amazing. They were so great, kind, patient, educational. I can't say enough about the trip. The children were looking so forward to meeting the students, the Italian students in Livorno. That turned out to be a great day. Florence was my absolute favorite, and the guide they chose for us she was great. She was fun. She played games with us. She taught even us moms who did not know Italian. So it turned out to be a positive experience. Leonardo da Vinci's home was beautiful and educational. The whole experience itself was great. We really hope to go back with the same group to see another part of Italy someday. That's how great the experience was. But I'm going to let my son speak for himself.
It was a great experience. We learned a lot of history. We went to the buildings that we learned about in class, and it was just a lot of stuff we learned. As my mom said, the tour guides were great, and my favorite part was Elba. Going to Napoleon's home was just great, being in the same building that one of the most feared emperors lived in. Overall, the trip was really great experience. I would definitely go back. And
IACE and Arcobaleno ILTE's mission is to promote the Italian language in the US. The best way to complete the study of Italian is to travel to Italy and experience firsthand the land, culture, and all of its beauty. With professional guides who are native speakers, you are guaranteed the best possible experience. You are sure to return with the new love for the Italian language and culture. Buon viaggio!
The trip my mom and I went on with my 8th grade Italian class was fabulous. We truly made memories that will last a lifetime, and I hope other students and parents will have the same opportunity in future years.
I have been to Italy several times prior to this trip. This was definitely the most educational visit I have experienced to date. Signora Miraglia and the publishers of Arcobaleno organized a trip that directly correlates to the lessons our children have covered over the years in their Italian class. It was very impressive to watch all the students become so passionate about visiting historical sites and reciting information that was right on target to the subject at hand. Our tour guide Barbara in Florence brought us to the Medici Gardens, where we all played an art game. We had to match the art pictures to various periods in time. We had such a good time doing that.
Also, in Florence at night in the piazza, we would play matching games with Italian words and pictures. We had very competitive teams, but once again, we were all learning while having a fabulous time with our parents. The next inspiring moment was visiting the home of Leonardo da Vinci. We were so captivated and all of our knowledge was pouring out. Last but not least was visiting Napoleon's so-called prison on the island of Elba. We analyzed every corner and soaked in all the information available.
We are just touching upon several highlights, but as you can only imagine, every day was filled with wonder and culture. Our children, and we the parents, benefited tremendously from this wonderfully organized trip. In addition to our fabulous Italian teacher, Signora Miraglia, we had the publishers of the Italian textbooks, Sonia and Mirtilli, with us the entire trip. It was as if we were traveling with a very large extended family.
Grazie mille, Signora Miraglia.
Come piove, Madonna come piove, senti come viene giù. Piove, senti come piove, Madonna come piove, senti come viene giù. Hai visto che piove, senti come viene giù. Tu che dicevi che non pioveva più, che ormai non ti saresti mai più innamorata. E adesso guardati, sei tutta bagnata e piove, Madonna come piove, sulla tua testa.
In April 2009, we traveled to Italy, and what an adventure for the students. Travel must be an integral part of the curriculum. When teaching a foreign language, it is just as important to incorporate the country's customs and traditions. I remember teaching a thematic unit on Leonardo da Vinci and his works. When I planned the tour with Mirtilli Morgana and Sonia Berretta from Arcobaleno Ilte, we made it a point to visit Leonardo's birthplace. As we drove through the hills of Vinci, my students 2 years later remembered their projects. From Leonardo's code of writing backwards to his inventions and artwork, the students took what they learned in the classroom and applied it to real-life experiences.
Il nostro quindi non è solo un turismo giovanile, ma ha l'obiettivo di coniugare le attività didattiche che si svolgono nelle classi con la scoperta dal vivo della lingua e della cultura italiana, attraverso itinerari appositamente studiati. I nostri viaggi in Italia, infatti, nascono dalle esigenze specifiche di ciascuna classe e sono progettati con gli stessi insegnanti.
Ciao, ciao domenica, passata a piangere sui libri, tanto lo sai che non ti interroga, e poi domani che ti frega. Ciao, ciao, buona domenica. Permesso, lasciati andare, vedrai che anche se non cambia niente lo stesso, tu ti divertirai nella notte, un ritmo che ti prende nella notte, ti sembra di volare nella notte.
L'obiettivo dello studio arcobaleno è dunque quello di offrire viaggi in Italia per sostenere, motivare e diffondere lo studio della lingua e della cultura italiana come patrimonio e valore di confronto, di conoscenza e di apertura delle idee. Il nostro slogan è Enjoy Italy while studying Italian, perché viaggiare e studiare una lingua straniera aprono gli orizzonti, superano i confini e i limiti del nostro pensiero, ampliano la nostra conoscenza, aiutano a scoprire il mondo e noi stessi. Vi aspettiamo in Italia and enjoy Italy!
Giorno ne senti parlare, sembra già dappertutto,
able to experience the culture I learned throughout my life. I saw firsthand all of the lessons I have learned about for so many years. For instance, when we went to Vinci, I was able to see how he impacted us through art, math, and the sciences. I got to relive the Italian culture through the monuments, food, and the nature. I came home with a whole new insight on the language and the history that I have been learning for so long. Grazie mille, Signora Miralia.
For me, the most memorable part of Italy was the island of Elba. What was so different about Elba was all of the natural land formations as opposed to the man-made sculptures and buildings. I'll always remember taking the tram to the highest point of Monte Capanne. At the top of the mountain, we could see all of Elba in the crisp sea surrounding it. In addition to the mountain, I enjoyed the hilltop markets and houses. What I found interesting about this was that it was so different from what we have in America. I want to thank Signora Miralia for putting together one of the most fascinating trips of my life.
Il sentimento spegnerà la nostra rabbia, solo una goccia sopra il viso, poi ancora il sole.
We incorporated a trip to the island of Elba into our tour. It is a place that I've personally traveled to, and I knew that my students would benefit from all that it has to offer, from its rich history to its unmatched natural beauty. This first-hand experience left a lasting impression on my students and their parents. The students have continued with their studies of Italian, and hopefully one day will return to Italy.
D'acqua cristallina, come una finestra che mi illumina il cuscino, calda come il pane, ombra sotto il pino, mentre da lontano.
Fuori c'è Roma e una domenica di primavera andremo a passeggio per le strade del centro.